Here's your Backstage pass.
Quiet on the set.
Action!
Welcome to Sedona's Backstage Pass with Chandra, presented by Chef Lisa Dahl. This is your inside look into culture, curators, and creative artists. And now, your host, Chandra.
Welcome, my VIPs. You've got your Backstage Pass, and you are in. Like every Saturday at 10 a.m., make sure you tune in. Remember, it's always KAZM 106.5, and of course, that's FM, and 780 AM if you listen to the radio. If not, you can always stream on mellowmountainradio.com and later on Spotify and Pandora Radio and Apple Podcasts. Anyway, I always will be sharing behind-the-scenes stories with some amazing individuals in Sedona and some that come through and out. Just, doing concerts here or whatever. So just make sure that you check it out every Saturday. And, of course, later on all those other channels. I want to just thank right up front my engineer, my producer, Ryan Thompson, who I am waving at right now, who is in the glass container that I look at. Anyway, of course, I want to also thank Chuck Helstein. He is the owner of KAZM Mellow Mountain Radio. Love him. It's awesome. Let's move right into our calendar of events because I got some things to tell you about. First of all, I want to mention Sedona Ballet, who is actually the sponsor of the calendar of events, and I'm just so thrilled to have them as that sponsor. They do some wonderful things. If you've got kids or you're interested in dance or you just love watching dancers like I do, make sure you check out sedonaballet.org. They've got some wonderful things that they are doing. Always supporting the community of the arts. Thank you, Winnie Munch. Now, let's see. Sedona Film Festival. If you want to know what's going on in town for really great indie films, they are the exclusive art house here in Sedona. There's only one, and that's Sedona International Film Festival. Check it out at sedonafilmfestival.com, and while you're there, become a member. You don't even have to live here in Sedona to become a member. They've got their huge 9-day film festival, and let me just say, they are rated they're in the top 25 of the international film festivals around the world. They are phenomenal, and it's full of parties and great films, lots of stars, and I'm hoping that the movie that I just helped produce and wrote the songs for, Weird Detention, will be in that film festival this coming February 2026. So check them out, sedonafilmfestival.com. Now, tomorrow night, I should say tonight is our second night performing Dead Quilters Society at the Sedona Heritage Museum. You still have time to see the show tonight and tomorrow night. So that's why I'm a little tired. You're going to have to forgive me. I'm just like, I've been going. And, of course, the show, I just love it. Dev Ross's beautiful script. I wrote 11 songs. It is a revised, extended version. If you've already seen it, go check it out tonight and tomorrow night. It starts at 4 p.m. You want to come a little earlier? You'll have a little wine, have a little cheese, enjoy yourself. The show's always so much better, isn't it, when you have some wine? Just saying. All right. Now, tonight, also at the same time, I just got to say, actually, I'm getting mixed up here. Actually, today, after you hear this, I want you to go run over to Tlaquepaque and check out this phenomenal, and I'm just saying it is an incredible event. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. It's called the Walk into Beauty, and it is featuring the beautiful bronze sculptures of the late, great John Henry Waddell. And just a big shout out to Amy Waddell, his daughter. And she is the director of Weird Detention, just so it turns out. But she's doing this beautiful event. And it actually started last night. And then today from 11 to 5, run over there because you're going to have an opportunity to hear live music. You're going to see dancers as they dance among the bronze sculptures and the fountains. And Tlaquepaque is gorgeous anyway, but this is one great event. If you want to know more about this event, because there's a dinner, there's all kinds of things going on today. All right, I want you to check it out. Go to TLAQ.com. Stands for Tlaquepaque, and you'll see everything that's going on there. And then one more thing I want to tell you about, and that is Thursday nights continue next week with The Fiddler on the Rock. He was here on the show. He's fabulous. Tyler Carson. He's dynamic. CBS came out and did a whole thing on one of his concerts. I was there. Tom was with me. It was incredibly packed. It was outside at Posse Grounds Pavilion. And if you visit FiddlerOnTheRock.com, you can see those Thursday night concerts that start at 5 p.m. at the Sedona Heritage Museum and all the other concerts that he's offering. Remember, FiddlerOnTheRock.com. Okay, I am always thrilled to have my next guest on because he has the best stories. We have so much fun, and time flies. I mean, it just rips on by every time we do a show together. Luke Sefton of Sefton Engineering, thank you for being here, Luke.
Glad to be back.
Gosh,
I really enjoyed this show. So thank you.
You're very welcome. And so thank you for being a sponsor. Here we are in November, and I just have to mention, when I think of November and I think of you, I think of Dave Blauert.
Yes.
Now, when you hear the name Dave Blauert, for those of you who are residents here who are listening, I know you either liked him or you didn't like him.
Yes.
And you either agreed with what he was. He was very opinionated and very open about it.
Yeah.
He didn't make any kind of excuses for how he felt.
You knew how he felt.
That's the truth. And he was a mentor of yours, yes?
He was. He helped me start my new business, to start my engineering firm, and I bought the buildings from him. He was really, inside he has just a big heart, and he's very sensitive. I've seen him get,
Me too. Teary-eyed and all that.
Very, teary-eyed
Yes.
over the Star-Spangled Banner.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I loved about him, and I know that you and I have this in common, and that is community. Well, he was all about it. No matter if you liked him or not, you cannot say anything about this man that had to do with community because he was always here. Always
doing something.
And we say this because he's the late, great Dave Blauert, and we miss him. How did you meet him?
Let's see. I was working for a company next door, and just being here in Sedona, and his best friend was Jim Sullivan, and so I dealt in development. I was an engineer, so I would have to deal with him on like Fairfield or what's now Wyndham.
Where Wyndham is.
Where Wyndham is.
And here in West Sedona?
He's done a lot of different developments here since 1960 when he came in.
Wow.
So he's been here 50-some years.
Yeah, and
before
Dave,
he passed away.
Dave got here around what time, do you think?
I think it was 60s.
Okay.
I think it's 40, 50. Yeah, or maybe late 60s.
Yeah, it was he was a young guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he came in and was framing lumber. He was from, up in one of the Plain States, just an old farm boy.
Yeah, see, I don't know this.
Yeah, and he came here and worked a summer and kind of went off, and then he came back and said, and he just built up his construction company. He built the first house out in the village of Oak Creek.
The very first house?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He did those houses.
Yeah, people who've seen those Westerns, and Sedona's in many of those old Westerns,
yes.
right? You can see that there was nothing here. The village of Creek was just nothing, right?
Yes.
So he built the very first house.
Yes.
No HOAs.
No HOAs at that time.
Not then.
But what also is people don't know, or some people know, is that at that time he was in the Marine Corps. So he was in that. So then he became a Marine Corps Reserve here in Arizona, and he would have to go down to Phoenix with the Marine Corps, and I'll come back to that because he also was building here, and he looked at the Posse Grounds area that was state land at that time.
State land?
State land. So that has to be sold to benefit the school system.
Oh.
So he went down, walked into the State Land Commissioner's office. At that time, as Bob Lane, who became a very good friend of mine too, and Dave. They go back that far, and Dave said, "I want this area to build a park," and he goes, "Well, we can't do that. We have to do." And so they worked together to find where they could trade some forest land and find some others so that they could do that. And so that's where they got the Posse Grounds at.
My goodness.
And I think during that time they go, "Oh, we got the Red Rock park on Lower Red Rock Loop Road.
Oh my gosh, he did that too.
Yeah, well, he was involved in that too because they're like,
Holy
okay,
smokes.
we know how to do this, and so they went over and did that.
Wow. So again, I'm going to point this out for those of you who are residents. This is really something. We would not have had Posse Grounds Park. And let me explain. Posse Grounds Park is a community park. And in that, just recently, the pickleball players, I should say, all those new courts that just went in. I know Dave was a part of the Boys and Girls Club.
Yep, he did the hub. He and Bill
That's
Garland
the hub.
did the hub.
Yeah, and
yes.
now it's called the Hub, but it wasn't called the Hub. It was actually the Boys and Girls Club.
Yes.
Right? And that's a beautiful facility, and it's been upgraded, and then now it is called the Hub, and it's a place where you can do all kinds of different events. You can rent the space out, and it's very reasonable. And the city now runs, and it has for some time,
yes.
Posse Grounds Park. And there's a skateboard park. He was part of that, wasn't he?
Yes.
The community pool.
Was
That's
yeah.
That's behind West Sedona School.
Yes.
And of course, there's a trail back there called Loop Trail. That's what we call it. And now there's parking back there. But all the areas that we're talking about, including the upper part of Posse Grounds, that's where the slide and the swings and all of that.
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. Yes.
That was all his too. Right?
Yes.
I mean, this is amazing. We have big events there.
And I'll bring you back to the Marine Corps. He brought the Marine Corps Reserve up from Phoenix because they were Seabees engineer, and that's how they cleared the land and everything.
Oh my goodness! Well, I've seen those pictures.
Yes,
those pictures. All those young. Now it makes sense. All those young guys, with shovels in their hands, and they made Posse Grounds. So think twice. Dave Blauert, he did that, and he did many other things. So Red Rock Park, that's incredible. Is that Red Rock Crossing?
No, I think it's Red Rock Park. I didn't check it out, but
Okay.
I know that I can ask Bob. But
okay, wow,
yeah,
that's amazing. I think it's brilliant. And then he did other things, didn't he? He created Les Springs.
He did Les Springs, Casa Contenta.
Was he involved with the dog park at all?
No, I don't think he was. I helped out with that with some of the engineering.
Because I know he loved dogs. He loved
absolutely.
animals. He was such a dog lover. Oh,
Always had a poodle.
always had a poodle. I know. I have to say, yes, Phantom. And the other poodle that he had right
Lady.
before he passed away. What was that dog's
Lady.
name? Lady. And Lady, he adopted. He adopted Lady. She had been through some real hell in her life, and he gave her a wonderful home. And he was all about that. Was he involved with the Humane Society as well?
I don't know. I don't.
It would make sense to me that he would have.
He was involved. Well, he was on Sedona 30.
Yes, one of the founders.
One of the founders. He and Bill Garland founded.
Yeah, we talked about that last month.
Yeah.
And he was involved in that. What else did he do?
He was in Rotary. He helped start the Wednesday Club.
Wednesday Club. Oh, the Wednesday Club.
Sedona,
The one that you're...
Rotary of Sedona Red Rocks.
Right.
So, but if you know Dave, you get volunteered. He's a great fundraiser. He could raise funds. He'd go around and just say, hey, get you going, or you were going to be involved.
Yeah.
He pulled everybody in.
He did. He was definitely that. I remember doing some fundraising when he was a founder of the Jack Jameson Memorial Sculpture Park. Right. And so here we are on the committee. And I remember we're all talking, and Jill Gallia is just a lovely, lovely woman.
Yes.
She's the owner of Sedona New Day Spa with her husband Peter, and they're fabulous individuals. A sponsor on the show, I have to say. And I remember Jill, she's so elegant. She goes, "Well, we're gonna sell tickets for I don't know, $25." He's like, "Oh no, we're not doing that. It's going to be $150." And we were like, "What?" He's like, "Oh yeah, we're going to do this." And he always found people.
Yep.
He was always very involved in those fundraisers for the sculptures, and also he bought a sculpture, didn't he?
He did.
Christine Spain.
Despain.
Who is
Mike Schroeder's
Mike Schrader's wife.
And
yes,
it's
beautiful artist.
The Puck is the sculpture there that she's an artist, beautiful paintings and everything else.
Oh, gorgeous
but
paintings.
She took up sculpturing with John Soderbergh.
Who is no longer living.
Yes, he passed away, but his artwork's in the same park.
It is in that park. Yeah. And so he bought that piece and placed it there. Let me tell you, sculptures are not that inexpensive. They're very expensive. And we did a lot of fundraising with him, and he was so involved in organizations like the Verde Valley Military Park.
Yes.
In Cottonwood.
Yes.
You and I were involved in that too.
Yes,
Tom
we
too.
We started that, and to get all that together, he does it. And, with Dave, I think I spent more time running around him because he would go, nope, just go put it there. And I'd go, Dave, you need a permit. No, I don't. Just go do it. And so I said, okay, Dave. And I would sit there, go around. I would do all the paperwork and have it done, and we'd get the sculpture in, or we'd get the stuff in Cottonwood and stuff. And he goes, see, I told you we didn't need a permit.
Oh, my gosh. I know, right? It's like, no, that's not true.
No, I just kept picking up the parts behind him.
I know,
and
right?
making sure he didn't get in trouble. And that was a full-time job.
Yeah, that was a full-time job. I have to say, that was a full-time job.
Super guy, very sensitive, really wanted to help. Help people, you can't be here for 60 years and not have enemies or friends. You're just controversy. He was
very, he was like the complete opposite of many of us who, I have to say, I say it in this way, opposite in this way. I don't talk about my politics. Mm-hmm. I rarely talk about things that are controversial. Mm-hmm. I will if you ask me, but please don't ask me.
Yes.
Okay. And then, but Dave was very open about that. And he lived a very open life. He was that person. I'm not saying I'm closed off. All I'm saying is that we work for everyone, and I don't want to upset anybody. I'm not trying to change anyone or recruit, and he wasn't either. He just was very open about how he felt. And you have to admire that.
Yeah.
Especially in a time when it wasn't and isn't still. It isn't. And that brings me to a point. Mm-hmm. Don't you think that Dave, and Dave knew everyone, Dave was always very open, didn't make you wrong, and he would want everyone to come to the table.
Yes. Yes, he did.
And that's so important. Mm-hmm. Things have become a little intense these days.
It does seem,
very
Sedona's
intense.
Always been.
Well, yes.
Everybody comes in, they think the doors are going to close behind them, and all of a sudden they want to be in, fix Sedona.
For development, are we talking?
For retire here, move here, development. And it's like, well, that's what causes it. But yeah, no, Dave. Anyway,
he was that guy, and yes, he did believe in progress, but he also believed in the progress helping people.
Yes.
So it wasn't just to have it.
Well, and that's where the Jack Jameson Park, because he wanted to honor his friend that passed away. So he did that, like he bought the sculpture, and he's done a lot of things to memorialize people in this community.
Yes.
On different artwork and different plaques, and, you go to the hospital and you'll see, all the bricks there with everybody's name on it.
Was that him who did that?
He was part of the ER.
Oh my
fundraising.
Goodness! Yeah,
so
we owe a lot to that man.
We do.
What's interesting is that when people leave the planet, so to speak, and we do a memorial, we do a celebration of life. We remember, and then it kind of feels like, of course, the new people coming in have no idea.
No idea.
They have no idea who. Is there any kind of a monument or a plaque or something that says Dave Blauert? Well, not only was here, but he created here.
Yes. Yeah. No, we have a few plaques, but that's where I was thinking the other day is that, like I don't need one more thing to take care of.
Right. I know. Well, now it sounds like we
need to do something to memorialize him.
I know.
And to have his, I know his name's on the park and, with everybody else, but that whole park's named after his good friend.
I know. I feel like there should be something. I'm having this feeling that we're going to do something together and create that.
I think so.
With a group of people, because it takes a whole complete team to do this. You can't do it by yourself. Yes. Trust me, there's no way. Oh my gosh, I had no idea when I got involved. I was like, what? But especially with sculptures. But, wouldn't it be wonderful?
It would.
To have something that would honor this man who created a lot of the great spaces that we enjoy on a daily basis sometimes, Absolutely. Like really. So this is wonderful. What do you think he would say now if he was here? right at this moment. First, he'd say, "Stop talking about me."
You're right. He'd go, "Oh no," he was, "No, let's talk about this."
Yeah,
but,
no, he never wanted anybody talking about him.
I don't know if you could even get him in here.
No, you probably
right. Could, but I couldn't.
I don't know.
I could see he wouldn't want to do that.
I'd have to do a lot of begging.
Yes, but he would do it for you. So
maybe.
Yeah, I think if you asked him, he would do it. So, yeah.
What do you think he'd say about the state of Sedona? What's going on and with the Airbnbs? You know, he knew about. No offense to anybody who owns an Airbnb. Believe me, we're not really. That's not where our issues are. Mm-hmm. It's more about the people that don't live here, that do conglomerates, and they don't really understand the way Sedona works, and then we just have nowhere to rent. And this leads, to your work that you're doing now. But what do you think he would say about all that?
He would, he would still be out trying to do parks or do sculptures or do something to
he would.
He wouldn't get a whole lot into all the traffic or all the
he
things.
Wouldn't.
He just, and he taught me a lot about letting go of things.
Oh.
And, he goes, it's not worth your time or energy. And he went to the things that made him feel better or what he could do.
Yes.
And it's like, we need to do positive things.
Yes.
And not, go against other, protest something or whatever. It's like, how are you building and making the community better?
Right. Put your input in, show up.
Yep.
He was all about that. It was all about showing up and making a difference and building things that would make a difference. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll find a sculptor to make a sculpture of Dave Bloward.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That would, yes.
I know a sculptor out there by the name of Jill. Not Jill Gallia, of course. She's not a sculptor. She's not a sculptor. But Trenmore, I believe. Jill Trenmore. Right. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Jill, as you're going to be on my show here. But maybe, you never know. She was the protege of John Soderbergh. Mm-hmm. And certainly we love John. Don't you kind of miss that sculpture of the wizard, the Merlin that's missing?
What did he do?
Well,
in the Merlin's
somebody owns it, and they moved it in the throne too. We thought it was coming back, but it's not, and it's a little upsetting. I mean, we all enjoyed.
We've had it there forever.
I know.
And and John did a lot. John Soderbergh did a lot for this community. He was in Sedona 30 with me, Rotary with me.
Yes.
He would take the kids in grade school and teach them to do their sculptures.
I know.
And so he put them together. Then he would have a show where the kids had to show their artwork, and then we bid on it.
I know we have some wonderful people here. I mean, wonderful people who are philanthropists for real. And John did a lot of work also in Mexico, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Sanchez?
I think.
Felipe Sanchez?
Yeah. And he was the Santa Claus.
Yes.
I mean, there is a great Santa here that lives here by the name of Rick. And Rick, I just got to tell you, there was a little competition because John Soderbergh was a great Santa. And the kids in Mexico thought he was Santa.
Oh, yeah.
And he looked like Santa.
Yeah, with that big
Matter of fact, he looked a lot like Merlin. He looked like the sculpture that he that's why I miss it. Because I miss seeing him, Mm-hmm. And I think there will be a sculpture of John, but I think having a sculpture of Dave Bloward would be a wonderful thing, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think so too.
I think we're going to bring that to the table. Just like you and I are not busy enough.
Yeah.
So let's just put that on the list to do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wow. That's amazing. So I'm just trying to think, is there anything else you want to leave people with knowing about Dave Bloward?
No, I think, he was very, things did bother him.
Yes.
He had a very sensitive heart. When I was in Kuwait during the Iraqi war, the new theater general came in, and he was, very, very disciplined. It was like everybody was running scared from him. And I had this item I had to take care of that was really a big deal that it had worldwide focus on, and I successfully took it off. And after that, he goes, well, Luke, let's go over and have a hot dog. And he sat down there and we were eating a hot dog, and he pulled a knife out of his pocket, and he kind of flips it out, and he goes, my son gave this to me. My son found it in the yard, cleaned it up, gave it to me. He goes, I will never lose this knife. He He goes, people don't think I have a heart.
Wow.
Because he was tough, but he was.
This is Dave.
But this is Dave. Dave had a great heart.
No, and he was aware. He was aware of the fact that there were people that just, they had a certain opinion. But I'm going to tell you, yes, I didn't agree with him. I didn't agree with him many times. But wow, what a wonderful person and somebody who really helped make Sedona for the community and for those of you visiting too. Thank you, Luke. You've been like the historian today, telling me all about Dave Blower, telling everyone about it. And I just thank you again for everything that you do.
Oh, same to you, too. It's fun to do things in the community with people like you. And we go out and we have fun. And
we do.
Yes.
Yes. So, Luke Sefton, make sure that you visit Luke. Actually, it's SeftonEngineering.com. But, of course, you can find Luke running around working on all these different things that we've been talking about. And, Luke, you'll be back. And everybody stay with me. We'll be right back.
You can taste it in every bite. For over 30 years, Chef Lisa Dahl has redefined what it means to dine in Sedona, serving soulful, handcrafted cuisine inspired by love, artistry, and community. From the wood-fired kitchens of Mariposa to the couture flair of Butterfly Burger, every experience is elevated, every ingredient intentional. To learn more about Lisa Dahl and the Dahl restaurants, please visit cheflisadahl.com.
Need a clean car fast? Come to Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash. We'll have you sparkling and back on the road in minutes. Whether you're after a quick shine or a deep clean, you'll get top quality service, eco-friendly soaps, and smiles all around. Drive up, shine up, and feel good, all without slowing down your day, and look like a star in your car. Located in West Sedona on Highway 89A. For more information, visit cleanerquickercarwash.com.
Here's more of Sedona's Backstage Pass with Chandra, presented by the Dahl Group.
Oh, do I have a treat for you. I have such a treat for you. My guest is better known as Sedona Al, for good reason, which we're going to get into. Al Camello is with me in the studio. I couldn't be happier. I just have to say, thank you for being here, Al. You know this. You're one of my best friends. My husband adores you as well. He considers you his best friend, but everybody in this community, turns out, feels the same way about you. And you're Sedona Al for a good reason. You know why.
I sure do. When I came here in 1998, I made it my mission to know and meet everybody and embrace everybody as my friend.
And you have. Friendship is really important to you, I know.
Well, we've talked about this. And
yes.
I learned somewhere around, age 30, 35, that if you don't have good friends, there's something about life just not working. And I have taken advantage of the fact that Sedona is a small town, and I'm obviously very involved in community affairs and community organizations, which gives you the opportunity to meet folks.
It does.
And, and I've been single now for about 15 years, and that opened up the door to meet even more people.
Especially ladies.
Oh, yes.
And I have to just say something. Al has so many female friends. If I post on Facebook, I'm just going to tell you a little something. If I post on Facebook that Al is one of my closest best friends, there's so many people that post like, oh, he's my best friend. No, he's my best friend. I mean, everybody feels this way about you.
Well, it's just something I do. And it's been like that since high school. And I have no reason to stop. I mean, I have some good friends that are guys, too. I mean, let's not pretend that. It's just that there are more women that are just open to just casual, friendly conversation and friendships. And like tonight, I'm going to Vino and meeting two women for Taco Tuesday up at Vino, the wine bar.
I'm not invited. See? I was hoping I was going to go to Taco Tuesday, but knowing that I just said that, I'm going to get an invite.
Well, the invite, but they're meeting at 5, but I have another meeting, so I'll be there at 5:30.
Okay.
So there you go.
So my question is, you were going to tell me when we were just talking about, why do you think women? Why? I want to hear this because women are. I used to just say, I love women. Women are so wonderful. We're nurturing. We know friendships. We understand being there for each other. Why do you think women with you?
Because I accept them as equals.
Thank you. I knew that. I knew that answer. I knew it was going to come from you. You do. You really do feel that way. For those of you who are wondering why is Al called Sedona Al, I'm going to tell you a couple of things. Well, he's served on almost every board here. From Sedona 30, he served on that board of directors. He was on the Historical Society board of directors. We served together. I think I actually talked you into that one. You actually became president. I was your vice president. You were for years. You were on the board of directors for the Sedona Community Center. You were very involved in the airport.
Well, the airport is core to my personality. I grew up around airports because some people have their dad at the golf course or someplace where every Sunday he's watching football or baseball on TV. Not my dad. He was at the airport. So if I wanted to have my father in my life, I had to go hang out with him at the airport. And he actually did something called hopping passengers. He had two Cessnas at Lunken Airport in Cincinnati, and this is where he would be every Saturday and Sunday giving people rides. Now, this was in the late 50s, 60s, and 70s. A lot of people had never been up in an airplane.
Oh, yeah.
And so that was my life, and I started learning to fly when I was 16. There at that airport, as much to please my father as it was to be a pilot. Turns out I didn't get my license until 40 years later, and I only flew for about 2 or 3 years. Turns out I'm better off on the ground.
Did you have anything weird happen up there?
I had, when you land an airplane in the windy world of Sedona on that airport, when your heart is in your stomach all the way down, hoping that you can get this thing to hit the pavement smoothly.
God.
It's very intimidating.
I guess.
And I learned really quickly that there are people out there that are meant to be a pilot and some people that are meant to stay on the ground. And also, remember, I had an office up at the airport for 19 years, sitting right next to the runway, and it was a little building the size of a garage, and I saw thousands of aircraft come and go, including one crash right in front of me, and that was not pleasant to watch and observe, but that was part of my lifestyle, and I had many a meeting with, whether it be marketing meetings or just friends or we had a men's group. We used to meet there and talk men's stuff. That was really a lot of that.
That had to be interesting.
It was. Matter of fact, I'm trying to remember that. It's strange. It's easy for me to go up and hug a woman. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
But hugging guys requires a little more effort on my part. Some reason I haven't figured that one out.
Were your dad wasn't a hugger?
Oh, God, no.
Okay, that's the reason. There it is right there. That's the reason.
No, but my dad was everybody's friend also.
Yes.
He would give his shirt off his back to anybody. And but up at the airport, I got involved early. I mean, I took over as the president of the Sedona Airport Supporters Association back in 99 from a wonderful lady by the name of Barbara Vickers.
Yes, I loved Barbara.
And what came out of that was Airport Day. And so for 13 years, I ran the airport events at the airport. And you and I, in 2008, working with Sandy Moriarty, came up with a goofy idea to take an event that we did at the Sedona Community Fair.
Right.
And there was a piece of it that we called the Sedona Wine Fest.
And it was a Sedona wine tent for a while.
And it was just a tent. And we, between you and I and Sandy Moriarty, who eventually became our mayor, we created the Sedona Wine Fest, which ran for 15 years until last year.
I know.
And so we put that to bed. And actually, we're merging with the Verde Valley Wine Festival to become, in 26, in May, a regional wine festival.
That's right. Okay, so, the thing is that many things were created in that bungalow. I mean, so many events, so many fundraisers. I dragged you into a bunch of fundraisers. Remember the fire fundraiser that we did?
Oh, yeah, the one out in the village.
Yeah, where Sammy Davis's house went down because of a fire, and so did the neighbor, and there was someone in West Sedona. And in 2 weeks, I called you, and I said, I need your help. I've got to brainstorm. We've got to make money for these people. And I said, I need you to help me, keep me in line, be the admin on this. And you said yes, because you always say yes to me and everybody else. You didn't hear that, everyone.
I have a no problem.
Yeah, you do have a no problem. I have that too. I think it's some sort of it's a chronic.
That's why I get
thing.
to live to be 100, because I have too much to do.
There you go. I love that. Anyway, we did. We raised $30,000 in 2.5 weeks. It was shocking. But I mean, it took a team, but we did it. It was so much fun.
What comes out of this is me becoming event centric. I learned how an event in Sedona, Arizona works, and working with other nonprofits. We even had an organization called the Sedona Events Alliance that I used to run, which was to bring all the event people together in one place, and it was meant to help coordinate events and solve problems that event producers would experience. We've been talking to the chamber about bringing that back to life. Oh, that's
good.
In order to encourage more events, because a lot of the great events we used to have went away. Mm-hmm. COVID knocked a lot of that out. And,
sure did.
And the fact is, events are normally the passion of one or two people, and when they lose interest in it, or better yet, unfortunately, if you lose a lot of money, you're cooked, because no one there to bail you out.
Yeah.
And so the airport events, and on top of that, we did something called Good Morning Sedona, which, by the way, I came here in March.
Was it 98?
March of '98 as a tourist. And I saw in the Red Rock News a story about an event called Good Morning Sedona taking place at Los Abogados. As a tourist, I go to it. I sit down at a table, and everybody is wacko. And I fell in love with these people, because I love people that are don't take everything so serious. And this was like a pep rally. So when I come back in September and actually move here, 3 days after I got here was the first Good Morning Sedona of the year. I go to it and sit there, and I actually make contact that becomes my employment for the next 5 years.
Isn't that great? That was Red Rock Channel.
That was Red Rock
TV, Channel 16.
Which was just starting about 3 weeks after I got here. So everything is synchronistic, and it really worked to my benefit to actually stick your neck out and go take a chance. Leave your front door and see what's out there in the Sedona is a friendly place if you want it to be.
Yeah. Actually, you're the one who got me that gig doing voiceovers and on camera. It was with Red Rock TV. And you're the one who called and said when we arrived in 2002 in July, "Who are you people?" And you connected us to so many people.
That's because my wife at the time worked at as a children's librarian.
Yes.
She brought back your media kit.
Yes.
So I go through it and find the CD. And so all of a sudden I was curious about who this Tom and Chandra were.
That's right.
And that was really a lot of fun.
No, it was like you just connected us. You are the grand connector. And people feel that way. You're now on the board of directors of the Symphony, Sedona Symphony, and that's just, oh my gosh.
Which is a real learning experience for me. I didn't grow up with the symphony.
So you didn't? Did you grow up with music?
No, not really.
You didn't?
Except for what my sister used to have albums downstairs in the basement. Not Dinah Shore. The
standards, like vocal standards.
Yeah,
like
the albums of the 50s.
Oh yeah.
And then, but actually, the truth is, for my entire life, I have bought very few CDs, albums, tapes.
Yeah, but I always have music on when I come over. You always have music on.
One way or the other. But you know what's funny? My son is a music.
He's an aficionado.
He has his own. He has his own radio show every Monday night, playing his music from his library of over 7,000 CDs of rare music from around the world.
My goodness! Can I just say, Al was a single dad who actually raised his daughter and son, daughter Wendy and his son Rick.
I'll do a shout out to Rick and Wendy.
Yeah.
From Wendy's age 12 on, it was just her and I and Rick. He was 5.5 years older, and he went out and went to the Navy, and it was just Wendy and I while I started up an ad agency in St. Louis. Prior to that, I was the real estate editor of the St. Louis Globe-Democrat. And that, what I learned is if you have the right kind of job, you meet everybody.
It's the truth.
Which is what Red Rock TV did for me.
And what Good Morning Sedona did for me.
It created a network of everybody.
Yes.
And once you know who all the players are, everything's possible.
See, I think between us, we probably know everybody in this town. What do you think?
Well,
you know more than I do, and I know a lot.
I would like to think that, except I go to events sometimes. I have no idea. And I wonder, where are they? And it's because they're in different circles than I'm in.
That's right.
I've been involved with the business community a lot in Sedona, and community in terms of the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, you're on that board of directors.
I was on it.
You're on it now.
I'm back on it after, you time out after 6 years.
Yep.
And I was the chair during COVID, which was no fun.
No.
And I was also the chair during the city chamber breakup, which was double no fun.
Double.
Which, by the way, just to tell everybody listening in Sedona land, the city and the chamber are slowly working their way back together as friends and collaborators, and really on the same team, because they never really weren't on the same team.
Okay, so here's the thing. That is the main reason why that is happening. May I just give you kudos to this? How many parties, and let me tell you, when you're invited to an Al Camelo party, it is so much fun. And you will mix people together on purpose. And I would come, Tom and I would come, and then you've got city people, and then you have chamber people, and just getting to, when you get to know people, get to know them as a person and not just the official.
I'm kind of like a matchmaker, and I've actually matched some people that actually married and whatever.
Yes.
But I've also matched people that formed business alliances. I've always found that was one of the secret pleasures that I got, was introducing two strangers. That's why I got involved in town politics. And by that I mean using my advertising and marketing skills to help people get elected, whether it be Sandy Moriarty, who became our mayor for 8 years, and some of the other folks that got elected, and also some of the community issues that made it to the ballot. That's right. I did, and I found when I ran for this fire board for a 4-year seat, I learned that marketing yourself is like the flip side of the same coin.
It is.
Because when you put your own name on a sign, and you don't want your head to be too big here, but you do want to sell, why me?
That's right. And again, because you're such a community person, your own brand sells you. Everybody wants you to do something for them, especially on board of directors.
Yeah, and that's what's going to come out of this conversation.
I know.
My phone's going to ring. Hey, Camelo, do you know somebody that could do this?
Yes, that's so true.
And I just wanted to point out that both my son and daughter are my biggest, I'm their biggest,
They love you.
Yes, they do.
Adore you.
And they watch me from afar. They live in St. Louis. And my daughter has a phenomenal job working for a large corporation in St. Louis. And my son lives a life of Riley as this music lover, and he's got a great lady friend in his life. And so the two of them live a good life and don't worry about Dad, because he's over here keeping the Sedona rolling.
Yes, and you have so many friends. We're all taking care here. We're all taking care of each other. You have many extended family members. I will say that.
And as we get older, we need friends.
That's the truth. Gosh, that's the truth. So now, tell me, what was the craziest thing that's happened to you here in Sedona? The most wild, you couldn't make it up story? Something, really think about it.
Well, the airplane crash probably will stay in the back of my mind to the day I die.
Were you in the bungalow at the time?
I was standing at the end of the runway, literally at the end of the runway, with Jennifer Wesselhoff and another person from the chamber, making plans for CNN to come to Sedona to get the key to the city, not for CNN, but to a couple from New York City, from the Bronx, who had never driven, who rented a yellow cab to drive across the country to move to Sedona.
Oh, my gosh.
And so we were standing there thinking this through. The wind was blowing like a banshee. No little airplane should have been in the air. And right in front of me, I have enough knowledge about physics, I could see that this plane coming was in trouble. and he literally crashed about 200 feet in front of me.
And Jennifer was standing. Jennifer Wesselhoff was the CEO and
the Chamber.
Of Commerce.
It was a real trauma for everybody, the airport and the families, and of course, and I must have put a big call out to the current airport management. I've known all the airport managers since I moved here, and the current one, Ed Rose, has really made great strides to take what was always a safe airport and make it safer, and functionally one of the friendliest airports in Arizona, maybe in America, because they treat the pilots like special people.
That's wonderful. Yeah. That's tough. That's a very tough story.
When I got involved with the webcam, that was really a lot of fun.
Yes.
The first Earth Cam in Arizona, and it's still going, and now the airport runs it.
That's great. Love that. You come from a big family, yes?
8. Well, 6 kids.
Okay. Are you the oldest?
I'm the oldest boy, and myself and the younger sister, Dawn, we're the only 2 left out of 8.
Is that crazy?
So,
Yeah, that's something. Yeah,
I always knew I was going to be close to the last one out, but I think maybe the last one out because I plan on not kicking the can for, I don't know, at least another 20 years, 30 years.
Yes, and you've always looked young for your age because your energy's young.
You know what's funny?
You're hopping and popping everywhere.
What's funny is I can remember how little I was in grade school and in high school. I remember as a freshman, I wasn't even 5 foot tall.
Okay.
That
had to be tough.
And I grew to be about 5'6". That was about it. And I was always the little guy. And I always looked much younger than I really was. And now that I am the ripe old age of, do you know how old I am?
I do know how. Are you going to tell everybody?
I don't give a damn. There was a time when I used to hide it because I didn't want women to know how old I was.
Oh, okay.
But I gave up on that too. I figured if they can't accept the fact that I'm the old guy in a young man's body, then it's their problem.
That's it.
I'm going to be April 1 next year. I will be
80.
I will be 80 years old.
80 years old.
It's
shocking.
I'll be the youngest old man in town.
No,
so,
right. I love it. No, because your energy. So when you walk into a room, everybody you light up a room. You're just everybody wants to be around.
Well, you know why? I don't hold a grudge.
Yep.
And I don't take life serious.
And you don't.
As a matter of fact, my hero, I see a red light coming on. That must mean something.
I can't believe we're running out of time. Tell me what.
My hero is Alfred E. Newman from the Mad Magazine.
What?
Me worry?
I know.
And that's the secret to longevity, by the way, folks.
Is don't worry.
Don't worry. Stress is meaningless.
I know. I've learned a lot from you, Al. Thank you for being my life and
here
our lives.
Here I jabbered and jabbered. We could do this for 2 or 3 hours.
I'm telling you.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is part 1
this is
of the Camello story.
Yes.
And I don't have to tell you about my family from Sicily, so I guess I'm safe.
So okay, all right. You're living longer now because you're not divulging, but you'll come back and divulge, I'm sure. So thank you, Al, for being here with me. Thank you. It was just about time to have you here. And everybody listening, stay with me. I'll be right back.
You've explored the trails, stood in awe of the red rocks. Now, discover how Sedona became Sedona. The Sedona Heritage Museum tells the story of Red Rock country, from ancient cultures to today's vibrant community. It's interactive, family-friendly, and open year-round, indoors and out. Sedona Heritage Museum, preserving and sharing the soul of Red Rock country. Plan your visit at sedonamuseum.org or call 928-282-7038.
Take a deep breath, then let it go. At Sedona's New Day Spa, your escape begins the moment you arrive. Enjoy luxurious massages, rejuvenating facials, and native-inspired body treatments. Every moment is designed to restore balance and renew your spirit. Voted Sedona's Best Day Spa, this is more than self-care. It's your sanctuary. Book your experience today at SedonaNewDaySpa.com or call 928-282-7502.
When your project demands precision, experience, and trust, turn to Sefton Engineering Consultants. From expert civil engineering to construction management, we deliver real-world solutions that stand the test of time. With over 30 years in the business, Luke Sefton's team is committed to getting your project done right
on time, and on budget. Sefton Engineering Consultants. Reliable, experienced, personal. Learn more at SeftonEngineeringConsultants.com.
Okay, it's time for my Shameless Chandra spot. Okay, I know, it's not the normal music. Well, that song is my new single. It's called I Rise with Wings. I just wrote that about a month ago. And the incredible Chris Ising, who lives in Canada, is a phenomenal arranger. He arranged all my songs in Weird Detention, the movie. I got to tell you, he did a great job with this. And if you want to hear it, you want to get it, you can find it on my website, chandramusic.com. And I want to tell you how this happened. This song, I wrote this because I was commissioned to write a theme song for a huge event going on in Edmonton, Canada. And it's happening on January 18th. Yes, I am also going to be there in the middle of January. You know, we think it's cold around here. You think it's cold where you are? Go to Canada in the middle of January. I'll report back when I get home. January 18th, I'm actually going a little earlier to conduct one of my confidence workshops a few days before with some authors who are going to be in this event with a bunch of keynote speakers. It's called Elevated Life. That's what it's called. Elevated Life. If you want to know about this incredible event, visit Bonnie, BONNIE, WIRTH, BonnieWorth.ca. And you can find all about it. Sunny Dawn Johnson is one of the keynote speakers. Jackie, can't even read my own handwriting. Well, I'm going to tell you what. Check it out. If you go there, you're going to find out what this event is about. On January 18th, the Elevated Life event starts at 9 a.m. through 7:30 p.m. And it will just help you to embark on new possibilities in your life, to connect again with yourself and your purpose and all these wonderful things. And it is a full day. Bonnie is an incredible speaker, life coach. I worked with her several years ago in women's retreats that we called Experience Yourself, and had a theme song for that one. And now I have the opportunity to MC this beautiful event, also perform the song that I wrote for them. And of course, it's a new song. I'm so excited. Remember, I Rise with Wings. You've got this. Make sure you go get it. You know, go get the song and feel good. Get up and dance. ChandraMusic.com. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all my VIPs, for tuning in today and always on Saturdays at 10 a.m. right here at Chasm 106.5 FM. That's mellowmountainradio.com, and also 780 a.m. if you're listening on the radio. Remember, these shows are archived on mellowmountainradio.com, as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pandora Radio, and much more. So check it out. And I want to thank my sponsors. Without them, I couldn't do this show. I want to thank Sedona Heritage Museum, Sefton Engineering, Cleaner Quicker Car Wash, Sedona New Day Spa, Sedona Ballet, and my presenting sponsors, Chef Lisa Dahl and the Dahl Group. Love you guys. And, of course, my engineer and producer, Ryan Thompson, and the owner of KAZM, Chuck Helstein. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've got another great show for you coming up, so always, always, always tune in live. mellowmountainradio.com. You can hear it streaming, and, of course, later. I'll see you next Saturday, 10 a.m. on Sedona's Backstage Pass.
Not anymore. Now I explore possibilities. Fear is strong, my